Hello everybody and welcome for watching this webcast. Today we will be talking about the topic disinfection with high pressure. My name is Jörg Wagner and I'm product trainer in the Kärcher Sales and Service Academy. Please consider that the following information is the current status of July 2020. All following information and findings are constantly being updated by experts as global research in these fields is ongoing and continuing. Kindly make sure to constantly check for updates, especially if it comes to regulations in your country. All information given is collected and based on expertise and research provided by various company departments. If you have any questions or concerns, please contact your sales support. What are we going to talk about within the next approximately 30 minutes? We will talk about the effectivity of steam and hot water for hygiene, and what are suitable machines or solutions out of the HDS machine range. And also what is new about the HDS trailer, the HDS 1000DE steamer and the WRS 200. Of course, we will also talk about which accessories and types of detergents can be used and what personal safety equipment is recommended and which safety recommendations should be followed. Let's start with the effectivity of steam and hot water for hygiene. As already known, steam is proved to be able to inactivate germs and bacteria and to be more efficient in this process than hot water. Looking at a picture, you will see that on a contaminated surface, the number of germs and bacteria could not be reduced by cleaning it just with cold water. Only by adding temperature to the cleaning process, the number of germs and bacteria could be reduced. And only by using steam, the number of germs and bacteria could be completely reduced to zero. So to summarize, the higher the temperature, the more effective the reduction of germs and bacteria. So, moreover, the reduction of viruses from surfaces via steam is confirmed. Of course, always considering that the steam has been applied properly on the surface. This leads to the assumption that steam is also more efficient than just hot water for the inactivation of viruses such as COVID-19 without cleaning agents. What does that mean? The assumption for virus disinfection without detergents is based on studies. The inactivation of enveloped viruses such as SARS-CoV-2 by heat, of course, proper application provided was confirmed by external studies. Once by the WHO and also by another study which is on the preprint server, but still this study needs to be reviewed and has not been confirmed yet. As we already know, heat can inactivate enveloped viruses and reduce germs and bacteria. Looking at the indicated values, they show that increasing the temperature does also allow to shorten the reaction times. The indicated values referring to the temperatures of 60, 65 and 80 degrees Celsius have already been confirmed. Based on a mathematical model, a further increase of temperature would still result in an even shorter reaction time. But those values have not been confirmed yet and therefore are assumed. Taking into consideration these points and assumptions, this leads us to the next assumption that it might be possible to achieve better results in reduction of viruses with HDS and steam compared to steam cleaners. Why is that? Due to a higher thermal performance, as water being a better heat conductor than air, less thermal losses will occur, and furthermore, by not using cleaning cloths, the risk of spreading the virus might also decrease. Based on what we said, the higher the temperature, the less time it takes to inactivate the virus, such as shown in the graph. So there is the recommendation to use HDS machines with steam mode to have the most flexible solution for virus reduction. And additionally to that, we would recommend to use the WR tools for the application of steam in order to offer an ideal combination of steam and hot water. First tests have been made. The results of these tests with HDS steam as a solution for virus disinfection without cleaning agents are leading to the following assumption. The disinfection of surfaces from viruses via steam is equally to bacteria elimination. How was the test done? Here a contaminated tiled surface was treated. Afterwards, the virus was inactivated on the tiles by 99.9%, but the inactivated virus was still detected in all water samples. So please note, the thermal inactivation of an enveloped virus via steam with HDS steam is not yet certified. However, at least the inactivation of an enveloped virus on surfaces, which equals a reduction of the virus, is confirmed. Of course, always provided the proper use of the steam. This is the hypothesis as basis for further tests to confirm and certify effectivity of hot water or steam for real virus disinfection. The inactivation of an enveloped virus such as SARS-CoV-2 by heat was confirmed by external study as already mentioned. As just steam has a lower thermal conductivity than combined with hot water, there is the assumption that a combination of hot water and steam might be more effective. Ideal would be here the use of WR tools to provide the right mix of steam and hot water. There is the assumption to achieve better results in reduction of viruses with HDS steam compared to steam cleaners such as SGs and SGVs, due to a higher thermal performance and no use of cleaning cloths, which might risk to spread the virus. What does that mean so far? Until completion of further tests and availability of respective certificate for disinfection with HDS steam, it is recommended to first work with the two-step method, meaning first cleaning with hot water and steam and then disinfection agent. And additionally to that, the used water should be reclaimed to eliminate remaining virus. Let's have a look now on which Karcher machines, respectively Karcher solutions with steam function, might be suitable. Let's start with the HDS trailer with steam function and WR equipment. I would like to share with you some impressions of the hot water and steam combination. Here with the HDS trailer equipped with the weed control and steam feature. As you can see, the combination of large steam and water quantity is provided. As known, the HDS trailer needs to be configured. Now here's the possibility in the configuration to add the weed control and steam feature. This is especially for when ordering a new machine. But also already existing machines can be retrofitted with this weed control and steam feature. The part number is indicated. That new weed control and steam feature is replacing the previous weed control feature. As already mentioned, that new feature is available for the 200 bar versions of the trailer. So the HDS 1320 and the HDS 1720 DE TR1. For both machines, it is the same part number and price. What's the difference to the previous option? As mentioned, now also steam mode is possible. So we are offering now a very flexible solution for reduction of viruses on surfaces due to having constantly high temperatures. This is an ideal solution for municipal environments such as, for example, playgrounds, bus stops, banks, waste bins, supermarket areas, shopping carts, and much more. Now here's some facts about the weed control and steam function on the HDS trailer. A high water quantity of up to 355 liters per hour ensures large hot water or steam quantity, which is required, of course, for effectively working on large surfaces. Of course, also a quick switch is possible to allow switching between steam mode or high pressure mode whenever necessary. For example, referring also to the previously mentioned two-step method. Furthermore, a higher security is given thanks to a pressure switch, which prevents from too high pressure levels at high pressure in order to ensure process safety. And what also needs to be mentioned is the fact that The application of steam is similar to the application of hot water in weed mode by using the same tools, for example the WR10 for smaller areas or surfaces and up to the WR100 for larger areas or surfaces. Please note that the tools and the respective nozzle have to be selected via the configuration sheet and also have to be ordered separately, which is also here the same procedure as for the previous weed control option and the WR accessories. Let's have a look now at some topics that are essential for a proper operation of the machine. How to switch from steam mode back to high pressure mode or vice versa. When configuring a trailer with the weed control and steam option, it is equipped with a rotary handle on the overflow valve. For going into steam mode, the pressure needs to be reduced. Please therefore check the manometer, which should indicate 30 bar. For doing so, please turn that handle counterclockwise up to its limit. By doing that, the flow rate and of course also in consequence the pressure will be reduced. For leaving steam mode and returning then back into high pressure mode or just to increase the pressure, that handle then needs to be turned clockwise. Now the manometer should indicate 200 bar. Furthermore, for entering steam mode, please also order the speed regulation option. Reduce the speed via the hand throttle to a minimum. As the engine is then going to run slower, also the pump will then run slower, and in consequence the pump will pump less water. Additionally to that, also the standard nozzle needs to be replaced for entering steam mode and to reduce the water flow. Please find in the configuration sheet the corresponding nozzle sizes for steam mode for each WR tool. For returning into regular high pressure mode, please follow the steps in the opposite order and install the standard nozzle again and also increase the engine RPM. Let's now answer some questions that you might face. Why are WR tools and the required nozzles not included in the weed control and steam option but have to be ordered separately? As the weed control and steam option is an upgrade of the already existing weed control option, the corresponding tools will be needed to be ordered separately, such as already also known from the weed control option. Furthermore, for customers already owning an HDS trailer and possibly already using the weed control option and now wanting to retrofit it with the weed control and steam option, these might or will already own the WR tools, so there would be no reason for them to have these tools twice. I would also like to answer another question, as in the configuration, different nozzle sizes are recommended for weed control and steam mode. Which are the ideal nozzles for reduction of virus with hot water? As mentioned, based on first tests, hot water may be more effective in the reduction of virus. In this case, the maximum temperature of hot water in weed control stage is enough. Please always make sure to use the recommended nozzles for either weed control stage or steam mode. You will find this information in the corresponding configuration sheet. Let's now have a look at our HDS 1000DE steamer. I would like to share here with you some impressions of hot water and steam combination here with the HDS 1000DE steamer. As you can see, the combination of large steam and water quantity is being provided. What is new and what has been updated? The HDS 1000DE was updated to now provide constantly high temperatures and therefore being able to work efficiently in both weed and steam mode, which was not possible before. Furthermore, the machine was made suitable for operation in suction mode. So what does that mean? Sucking in water out of, for example, an IBC container and provide a dosage of RM 110 at the same time. Therefore, a retrofit kit was created. Please see the indicated part number. That kit is including a dosage pump and of course also an installation manual for the service. Due to that new feature, the HDS 1000DE is now a very flexible solution for reducing viruses on surfaces in municipal environments, such as, for example, playgrounds, supermarket areas, shopping carts, banks, waste bins, bus stops, and much more. The water quantity, which is up to 250 liters, ensures large water and steam quantity, which is required for large surfaces. Of course, also on the HTS 1000DE steamer, it is possible to switch between steam mode and high pressure mode. How that needs to be done will be discussed hereinafter. And finally, also need to be mentioned that the application of steam and hot water in wheat mode can be done by using, for example, the WR10 for smaller areas up to the WR100 for larger areas or surfaces. Important to mention here is that these tools, as well as the respective nozzles, will be in the scope of delivery. So let's now have a look on some questions that you might be asked. What needs to be done for switching from steam mode back into high pressure mode or vice versa? First of all, that can be done easily, but therefore standard tools need to be used. Reason is that here no rotary valve is installed on the overflow valve to adjust the water flow, respectively in consequence the pressure. For working with high pressure, the water flow and therewith of course the pressure needs to be increased. Therefore, the adjusting screw on the overflow valve needs to be turned clockwise up to its limit. Compared to going into steam mode, the pressure and therewith the flow rate will be needed to be reduced. For doing so, the same adjusting screw on the overflow valve needs to be turned now counterclockwise. The required tools for adjusting the pressure, respectively the water flow, are a 6mm and a 13mm open-ended wrench. To adjust, the spindle at the overflow valve needs to be held with the 6mm open-ended wrench, whereas the adjusting screw needs then to be turned either clockwise or counterclockwise with the 13mm open-ended wrench. Secondly, the next question to be answered is whether it is possible to retrofit an already existing HTS 1000DE with steam mode. And the answer here is clear: no. Reason is that all modifications referring to wheat and steam mode were tested on a brand new machine with stage 5 diesel engine, which older machines in the market are not being equipped with. Furthermore, many older machines do have different technical settings of pumps, safety features, and as mentioned also the engines. So it is impossible to provide installation kits for all technical versions of the HTS 1000DE. Will it be possible to retrofit an existing HTS 1000DE with wheat control stage or wheat mode? Yes. This will be possible at a later moment by ordering and installing with or by a service engineer the retrofit kit wheat removal with the indicated part number. Finally, also we would like to clarify what preparation for operation in suction mode and parallel dosage of RM110 means. When using the machine in suction mode, it was until now impossible to add RM110 in the usual way at the float tank, as the water would have needed to pass by the float tank, which does not work in suction mode. This is the same as you might already also know, for example, from the HTS compact, middle or super classes. As for those target groups for which suction mode is relevant, in order to be able to work independently from any water supply line, the machine needed to be adapted. Why? In order to ensure hygiene, steam mode is especially important on such types of devices. As exactly in steam mode, also the dosage of RM110 is a very important topic. A separate dosage pump for the RM110 was installed for being able to add RM110 nevertheless also in suction mode. So now let's have a look at our WRS 200, which is a great additional implement for municipal implement carriers, respectively municipal sweepers, to make these vehicles even more versatile. I would like to share with you some impressions of the hot water and steam combination and of multiple application possibilities in municipal environments for the WRS 200. Furthermore, of course, we also want to introduce that implement to you in case you should not be familiar with it yet. So, as mentioned, I want to share with you some facts and information about our WRS 200, which is an implement for our municipal machines. The WRS can be either mounted on Karcher implement carriers or municipal sweepers. It is suitable for the following machines, respectively vehicles such as the MiG-35, MiG-42, MiG-50, MiG-70 and also for the MC-130. Depending on which of these machines the WRS is being mounted on the rear, the additionally required water tank can have a capacity of 500 to 800 liters of fresh water, which does offer a long working interval. The WRS 200 is able to provide a water temperature in weed control mode of up to 98 degrees Celsius. Also, steam mode is available in combination with the manual WR tools, but not with an also available front bar, which can be installed on the frontage. That offers a very flexible solution for municipal environments, such as, for example, playgrounds, bus stops, banks, waste bins, but also on supermarket areas or shopping carts. Here as well, it is possible to easily switch between steam mode or high pressure mode. Switching between these two operation modes is done by hand by a handrail on the overflow valve at the high pressure pump. For reaching steam mode, the pressure needs to be reduced to less than 32 bar. For working in either steam mode or hot water weed control mode, we do recommend to use our WR tools such as the WR10 for smaller surfaces or areas up to the WR100 for larger areas. Please note that here the tools and the corresponding nozzles will have to be ordered separately. Having already mentioned several times the accessories, I would like to show you now those recommended tools and accessories. As you will remember, I've already been talking about the WR tools. That name stands for Weed Removing Tools. In total, we do offer 4 different types of them. As indicated here is the WR10, the WR20, the WR50 and the WR100. These tools differ first of all in the size, which ranges from 100 mm width up to 1000 mm width. This, in consequence, is having an impact on the dimensions and the weight of the tools, which make the smaller ones, such as the WR10 and the WR20, suitable for also working on either higher objects or also on vertical surfaces. Whereas WR50 and the WR100 are heavier and larger, which make these especially suitable for effectively working on larger areas on the ground. And of course, the working width also influences the required, respectively the possible, water flows, which again is having an influence on the sizes of areas which can be worked on. When using a WR tool on a specific machine, one point needs to be taken into consideration. What machine is being used and, depending on that, which flow rate is being provided. Referring to the WR tool that is being used, a specific range of water flow is indicated. Based on the used machine, then a specific nozzle, which is not the standard one, needs to be used as shown in the pictures. Due to this, the flow rate and also the pressure is being influenced so that the water can be heated up properly to reach the required temperatures for effective work. And additionally to the WR tools, of course, also our steam nozzles can be used. Talking about the steam nozzles, please make sure to use the corresponding size of the steam nozzles depending on the used machine, in order to also reach the correct temperatures. Additionally to that, we would recommend the flat jet steam nozzles for working on surfaces. When it comes to the distances and the working, respectively, moving speed, here we would recommend to have a maximum distance between nozzle and surface of not more than 10 centimeters, in order to avoid unnecessary losses of temperature and a working speed of approximately maximum 0.5 meter per 10 seconds in order to give the temperature enough reaction time on the surface. Another topic I would like to mention are detergents. Generally spoken, we have to make a difference here between cleaning agents and disinfecting agents. Important to mention when it comes to detergents is, first of all, there is no disinfection without previous cleaning. This means that if a surface is soiled, in the first step it has to be cleaned with a suitable product and has to be rinsed afterwards with water. The visually clean surface then has to be treated with a disinfecting agent. Please note at that point, cleaning agents and disinfecting agents should not be mixed in order to avoid abolishing the effect of what they are intended to do. And of course, always respect and observe the indications of the specific product in terms of reaction time, dosage, and application. Finally, I also want to share some information about safety, meaning here especially personal safety equipment and working recommendations. Talking about safety and therewith about personal safety equipment, respectively work preparation, please consider that the access to the areas which are supposed to be cleaned should be blocked for any unauthorized persons while ongoing cleaning. Furthermore, the operator has to wear the required protection equipment such as glasses, mask, suit, safety shoes and gloves to avoid getting in direct contact with the contamination. And of course, also inform yourself which additionally required safety measures might be requested by, for example, your local authorities. As general recommendation, we would like to share with you that in order to reduce the pollution by aerosols as much as possible, the work to remove viruses from surfaces should be done in low pressure with a temperature of maximum 95 degrees Celsius. For more information about other coronavirus relevant cleaning topics, please follow the other webcasts in the series. If you have any questions or concerns, please contact your sales support. Here you can see an overview about the further episodes in the coronavirus webcast series that I would like to invite you to watch as well. Thank you very much for watching and listening to this Corona webcast series about disinfection with high pressure. Take care and stay healthy. Thank you.
Kasia makes a difference.